Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Stormcast podcast. New merch line. We're not wearing any of it right now, but have Stormcast podcast hoodies. They have Stormcast right on the sides of the arms there, and they got the logo in the middle. We'll have that real soon for you. We're just still getting things worked out and all that. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Know what I'm saying, man? That's what I
Oh, we
mean.
know what you're saying. We know what you're
So,
saying.
yeah, that's what we're
So there's
doing.
Dr. Golden, and here's me,
DrGoldenMedia.com.
Justin Harvey, the Stormer, or whatever you want to call me, the host of the Stormcast, with my co-host down here, Dr. Golden. Today's topics are going to be a pretty fun topics here that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about what radicalized us to, think the way we think, I suppose, to say it safer. And another one of the topics is going to be is the United States the modern day Rome? And what's going to happen when the United States falls? I think that's going to be a very fun and interesting topic for all of you guys to listen to. So for now, Dr. Golden, you take us off. You get us started.
All right, well, by the way, everybody, check out, if you can, www.drgoldenmedia.com. That's where all my blogs are, my conspiracies. Uh, that's where a lot of people get in contact with me. Thanks for all the fine ladies over there that watch my stuff, and I appreciate you. Appreciate the calls and everything. Maybe we're gonna have some of y'all on the Stormcast sometime soon. And yeah, well, we're talking about. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat there. Talking about what radicalized us. I don't consider myself a radical person. I'm kind of just a normal guy. But I guess to modern society, we would be radicals because we're kind of just normal people. I don't know. I don't consider myself. Are you a weird guy, Justin? I
Eh,
don't
yeah.
really.
I'd say, yeah, I'm a weird guy.
Yeah, I don't consider myself that much. Like I'm a little goofy, but I'm a normal guy. I try to be kind to others around me. I try to help people out when I can. But yeah, I guess I'm not even political. I don't even go into the politics and all that. That's more Justin's department than me. Even though like we agree on a lot of things, I'm not Mr. Political, or I ain't no like master debater, if you know what I mean. I ain't one of those
Master
guys.
debater.
Yeah, that's what I call it. When these people, they be wanting to, I'll make a joke on my blog, and this one gal was like, I want to debate you. I'm like, I'm not really a master debater. So you might be, but that's not really my cup of tea. I'm just here to have fun and spread the word.
I
So,
like debating. I do like debating with people, but a lot of times people they don't really like debating back. You'll hit them with a couple facts, and the next thing you know, instead of coming back with something logical, they just come back and say, "Oh, you're racist. Oh, you're a bigot. Oh, you're a piece of shit. Oh, you're a horrible person." There's never
yeah, that's
real
not
any
debate.
counter arguments that I people no, people don't really give me counter arguments to work with. They just kind of give me personal insults, and what kind of debate is that, right? Like, they sit there, they try to say,
Ad
I don't know. I've had
hominems.
so many insults thrown my way just for trying to have a,
The moment ad
civil, regular
hominems are
debate with people.
used from the other side, that's the moment they lose. Or the moment anybody uses an ad hominem attack in an argument, that's when they lose the argument completely.
I agree, 100%. I agree with that. When you have to sit there and stoop down low, uh, use personal insults when you're supposedly having a debate. Yeah, that's you lost instantly, right? And that's kind of the story of my life here when it comes down to debating with people. And it's just it gets exhausting, because I like to actually hear people's points, not hear I'm a horrible person. And I'm like, okay, well, can you tell me why? Oh, because you're racist. Okay, well, can you tell me why? Like it's just the same thing over and over again, and it gets very repetitive after about 8 years of doing it, right? So I'm kind of at the point now where we're just going to keep doing this. We will have debates with people when we get to when we figure this out a bit more. We'll have some people hop on the podcast with us eventually, but for now, I think we're doing it the right way, keeping it getting our audience built up and stuff like this before we have any guests or anything like that, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing, like me and Justin, we talked about this before. Our first point of conversation here is what radicalized us. Or that's what people would say, even though I don't consider myself radical.
I wouldn't consider myself, here's the thing. I wouldn't consider myself radical either, but I'm definitely more, how would I say, more aware of what's going on against, I see what the system's doing. I guess that would make me radical by today's terms. And I see the lies that we've been told throughout history. So once again, radical, according to who? Who's the one who sits there and makes these labels of who's radical and who's not,
Controllers.
Exactly.
Not the Xbox controllers, not the PlayStation controllers, not the
Not
video
these
game,
things.
yeah, not the video game controllers, the human controller, whatever they may be. I don't know, but
All right, what was I looking for in my life? Well, I guess I'll get into what radicalized me. For me, I started off like conservative. Over here we call it true blue conservative because the colors are opposite in Canada. Our conservatives are blue and liberals are red over there. The Republicans are red. So we call ourselves true blue conservatives. I started off as a conservative, right? And right from the get-go, I never liked what Trudeau said because when Trudeau first came about, I was hardcore against marijuana usage. I was against it. This is before I obviously started smoking it. Once again I've quit, but in the time being, I did not agree with it, and I knew that's the whole reason he was going to get voted in. And literally, when he got voted in, there was like posts online saying, "Oh, Canada's new hunk prime minister. Women voted him just for his looks. Young people voted him because he's legalizing weed and all this stuff." I could see right through the bullshit at a very young age, and I was like, "Man, this is not going to end good for any of us. This is not going to end good." And then not too long after that, Trump came about, and I absolutely like Donald Trump's energy. First of all, his first running back in what was it, 2016, I think,
yeah,
2015,
2015,
2016.
16.
Yeah, his first run in there, his energy was unmatched. It was almost never seen before. The crowds he was pulling, the things he was saying, it was hilarious. It was interesting. It sucks you right in. And I was like, man, I wish I was an American because look at our shit going on over here, right? All we got is Trudeau. People kind. We can't say mankind. People kind. It's more inclusive, right? Like
It's
that was our
humankind,
guy. That
right?
was our guy, right? So I was like, okay, Trump is badass. He's saying things. He's saying all this. He basically was saying things that we all, most young white men wanted to hear for the most part. And I was about one of the only few. I remember this even at our school. Like I went to the high school downtown here. I remember the day before the elections. I was in one class in particular, sociology 12, and I'll break this in because this is going to take a couple minutes here. The day after when he won, she went on the whole time. She was like literally tears in her eye. I don't really want to talk about it. Proceeds to spend the entire hour of class talking about it. Right, like the whole hour of class was just her moaning and groaning about how Trump is going to be this and that, and in my mind, I was like kind of thinking, I was like, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that bad. And I mean, not only that, it's not really going to affect you. So why are you sitting here trying to brainwash us about how evil Trump is, right? And then not only that, there in that same class with that same teacher, I forgot her name, but she was a blonde woman. She was younger, she was blonde, whatever.
Was she
And
hot?
no, not in my opinion. Not in my opinion. But anyways, we had to watch a documentary about bronies. Do you know what a brony is, Dr.
A
Golden?
man who likes My Little Pony, right?
A grown man who watches My Little Pony, goes to these My Little Pony conventions, has sexual fantasies and urges about it, buys and collects toys. And
My
why are we
video
learning about this?
teacher.
But listen. Why are we learning about this in a grade 12 academic course? Well, this is the way I look at that. I don't give a shit what you do. Why am I learning about this? And then not only that, did we not only look, did we spent 3 classes watching this stupid documentary because it was a long documentary. Then we had to write an essay about why we need to accept these people in society. And
My
I wrote on
video
the essay,
teacher's brother was a brony, apparently. He told the class.
really?
Yeah, he was a good guy too. He's a real smart guy.
Well, anyway, in my essay, I was basically against it, and I basically said kind of what I'm saying now is I don't really care what they do. This has nothing to do with, like, I'm just breaking it down. I don't remember the essay, and like breaking it down where I failed the essay because I wasn't inclusive enough. So I failed that in an academic course because I was not inclusive. So right then there, I'm like, okay, so if this is supposed to be sociology, I'm supposed to have my view. There's no grammar mistakes, no nothing, but I failed that because of that. And it goes deeper. Then we also had a class down here called Mi'kmaq Studies, and it was all just, I'm sure you understand what I'm about to say here. The teacher was a black man, and he was anti, whatever. He would tell all these horror stories about how when he was living in Texas, whatever, all kinds of junk that has nothing to do with why I'm in school. I'm not in school to be indoctrinated, by your stuff. I'm here to learn about something that's going to help me in the real world. The only thing school taught me was people are nuts. People are nut jobs. That's the only thing I took out of school. I don't remember absolutely anything because half the shit they taught you, I've never used anything of it. I never used in math class. I never used when I'm measuring. I'll give you an example. If I wanted to measure that little corner right there, they would be like, "You got to divide x and z and you get." It's like actually, what I'll do is get a measuring tape and measure it, right? So there's all
Hey,
that stuff.
ChatGPT, what is?
Yeah, exactly like that. They wouldn't let you use anything like that. And then what really, but this was the kicker for me. This was the kicker for me. This is what really turned my gears. On Facebook, of course, it always starts with a good old Facebook post. There's I'm not going to say no names, but there was this local woman I had on Facebook, and all she would do is make anti-white posts, every single day. So then I ended up leaving a comment. I was like, well, if you hate us that much, why are you using motorized boats to do your fishing? And why are you living in mansions built by, us? Why are you using our technology? If you hate us that much, I don't know what year, I think it was 2018 back then. I was like, we're in 2018. You can essentially do what you want and live the way that your ancestors lived, right? And then I had a bunch of people, literally, she screenshotted that, posted it all over Facebook after I had already been assaulted by people. She got these people to send me death threats, harassing me. Oh, I'm telling you, and this is when I was 18 years old. So I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was scared, right? Like I had all these people threatening to take my life, essentially over an online comment. And I kept noticing every comment I would put would get like flagged, flagged, flagged. And their comments were staying up, and they were literally threatening to take my life in these comments. And I was like, okay, this is getting weird. Banned, banned. Couldn't get back into my Facebooks, and I had that Facebook for at that point almost 10 years. I lost memories that I to this day I've never gotten back, pictures I'd never gotten back, friendships that I could never find again. And then not only that, and I didn't really use Instagram at the time. And yeah, I pretty much lost. I guess when it comes to not everything, I was still breathing, still had my. But this is also when I moved from Nova Scotia to Newfoundland, right? So I essentially lost all of my friends, all of my, everything. I couldn't talk to them again for many years, dude. I was literally like, they had me banned on everything for that. And then after that, I'm pretty sure I told you, I ended up making an Instagram account finally after it took me a couple years to get back on Instagram, social media. I literally had no life at all, zero life. All I would do is work, play video games, smoke a little bit of marijuana. That was my whole life. My best friends were my little sister and little brother, and they were like fucking probably like 5 or 6 years old, and that was my whole life, right? I had no life, no social life, nothing. I couldn't make Facebook, I couldn't reach out to people. And then getting down into it too, it very lonely and isolating experience, but horrible, horrible experience. A week later, I got called from CSIS, which is Canada's basically FBI, and they said over 17 people called the police on you. On this, speaking the truth once again, but I got banned on everything once again. And this is when I also used to go by conservative kid. I was known as conservative kid on Instagram. I was like pro Trump, like I said, this was during the area when Soleimani got bombed and all this stuff too, right? So
See his finger, his ring finger is the only thing
yeah,
left. I remember that.
yeah. Right. So I sit there once again. The death threats were unreal. The amount of death threats I got, and people wanting to like come and do like these people would say horrible things. The things people would say to me, man, were ridiculous, like almost nauseating. They would get away with it every time I wouldn't even threaten them back because I knew if I say anything, it was just ridiculous, right? The stuff I had to go through. And Rapi Pie, a Nova Scotia classic.
I thought that was a pizza for a second.
Oh, that's 2 pounds of mashed potatoes mixed with some chicken in there. So
No,
that'll be my little snack for the podcast.
yeah, when you're hungry, when a man's gotta eat, a man's gotta eat.
Well, I'm also trying to hit my like right now. I about 2 weeks ago I was only 135 pounds, and now I'm 145 pounds. So I gained about 10 pounds in 2 weeks. So, and I've been eating a lot ever since I quit smoking marijuana. And my
It's
my
good,
goal
man. I'm
weight is
proud of
between
you.
160 to 180. So I still got about 15, 20 more pounds to go, and I'm trying to boost that with eating certain things such as potatoes, lean meats, and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Now that you're not smoking weed, you're gonna be ahead of so much people that are like, man, you should, it's good for you.
No, it's
There's
not
good.
good for you at all. Maybe for some people, I do think some people can handle it, but me, I couldn't.
I
I did it
agree.
all day, every day. It made me lazy, no motivation. It just made me careless about what's going on in the grand scheme of things, right? So it
Yeah,
wasn't good for me. That's why I stepped away from it.
yeah. When it makes you want to do nothing, it's straight up like a demon kind of being like, you're gonna have no purpose. You're just gonna sit here and rot type of thing. Which
Pretty much.
I think substances, I do think there might be even like things on screens, like even like porn and substances, I think have like a demonic element to them that
I
can
agree with
control
that. I agree
people
with
in a
that, and I
negative
think
way.
I think I think I might have even said this the last podcast. I think pornography should be completely banned from the internet. I think it should be illegal to. I mean, if you want to have like if you want to make a video with your wife or some bullshit like that, that should. But public like the way it is and normalized the way it is, it's not right. It's horrible.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
It
where a
destroys
13
young
year
men.
olds could find it on a cell phone. I mean, a 13-year-old shouldn't even have a cell phone, but like at
Well,
the same time,
my first time like seeing it, I was young, right? I think I was like 13 years. No, I was about 14 years old, and that was a long addiction. That was a
yeah,
long, brutal, pointless addiction that took years to fully get rid of.
shit, I was like 10. I didn't have any like I didn't even have like limit I didn't have like unrestricted internet access either. It was on a school computer before they had like locks on school computers. I used to go to like Newgrounds and then I had like I actually clicked a link and then it opened up and that's like the how I saw it and I was like, oh shit. I was like,
Jeez.
they got that on the computer. That's awesome. It's a change perspective in your life, but I mean, it can either change your perspective drastically, or you could become a complete bitch, like the opposite. Like both,
It changed my perspective
you could be
completely, especially
domesticated,
the
or
lack
you
of
can,
discipline.
yeah, for sure.
Right, like there was video evidence, and these people even warned me too. Like if I press charges on them, their family, who is actually dangerous, will come after me. So it's like, okay, so it's basically a lose lose. They get away with it and continue to do it to other people with a slap on the wrist every time, or I do something about it, and I'd probably be by now.
Yeah,
Right, that was basically my options. There and go to that extreme that these other people go.
gotta
I'd
get
be,
one of
I'd
these.
waste. I'm still thinking about it, dude. I don't know
The
where
best
I can.
decision I ever made in my life was getting this again, because I had one
I
for
feel
many
like
years in high school, and those were like the best years of my life. Was like having a flip phone. And then once I got rid of it when I was like older, when I was like in my 20s, I had a smartphone. And I don't know, I was just too distracted all the time because I couldn't get shit done because I was always looking at my damn phone. But
Yeah, that's kind of where I am now. But then again, right now, I almost need to be on the phone a lot because the things I'm planning, the things I'm trying to do.
yeah, I'm not a big social media guy. Thank God. I need a phone.
I wish I could say the same thing, but sadly, I think we all know that's not the case for good old Harvey here.
Yeah.
I'm
It
sitting I'm
says
sitting here chowing down.
microphone
This is
appears to
probably
be
one of the
noisy.
better
I'm sorry.
podcasts. Sitting here eating a good meal, drinking some good old Dr. Pepper. You might have to censor that out because I'm sure they're not going to want to sponsor this video. Most of us live. I'm telling you, do you guys got Roppy Pie where you're from, but bro?
I've never had it, so I don't think so. But we
You
could.
don't know what you're missing.
I could just be living under a rock because I usually am about certain things. So, but no, I don't think we got that. It looks good though.
I'll send you a recipe. I'll send you a recipe on Facebook after.
All right, bet. Yeah, that looks good. Becomes conservative. I think it's going to become very traditional and possibly even very Catholic. Nothing against my Catholics out there, but I
Gen
think
Z, I'm sorry to cut you off, but Gen Z is actually turning to Christ.
yeah,
Gen Z is like the next Gen Z, our generation. We are more conservative than the boomers were. The boomers in Canada, anyways,
the
they're the
boomers
ones
here
who
were
got us in this
liberals.
liberal mess.
Yeah, the boomers were very liberal in America too. The generation before them were very conservative, but yeah, the boomers were very. I think they were just indoctrinated by television and porno magazines and all that stuff that they.
And plus, they had like I'm not discredited. Like I'm sure they did have hard lives in certain aspects, but it was easier for them to get ahead.
Yeah,
They could literally work as like shoveling shit in a horse field
and get a
and
place.
make
Yeah,
enough to buy a house and like raise a family off of the shittiest job known to man. Now, if
yeah,
you work 2, 3 jobs, you can't even afford to take care of yourself,
yeah,
right? So Gen Z, like this is what I try to explain to some family members. I'm like, nobody is discrediting that you guys worked hard for what you have. Nobody is saying that. But we work hard too. We're out there just as much, but we get nothing for immigration issues over there.
yeah. Me too. That's all I hear about anyway. I just
Come here,
wouldn't be
buddy.
surprised because of how progressive. Hey, there's Arrow. That's our third podcast host. That's
You got
right.
anything to say? You got anything to say? Well, I wish Dad could get me better food, but he can't even afford to feed himself. Oh, there you go. Don't worry. Hopefully it'll change someday, little guy. You got to enjoy your meow mix for now, all right? Mwah. Mwah. I love this cat. He's he
He's a
pisses
good
me off
kid.
sometime, but without him, I don't even know. He keeps me sane. He keeps me in line. When I start skitzing out too bad, he'll kind of come in and he'll like, they call it bunting, where they like rub their head against you when they want comfort and they want to comfort you. So he'll kind of do that. I'm like, oh, he's a good little boy, huh? Yeah, Dad's gonna go to bed here soon. We're almost done. We've got a little bit longer. Lay down. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop distracting me. You're too cute. You gotta go. No, but
It's like
you
saying
get
look at me, I'm homeless. I'm homeless right now, and I'm in a house. You know, I'm just out here on the streets. I can't even clothe myself.
well, the reason I got it, I'm not going to sit here and exaggerate and lie. The reason I am kind of lucky is because I got a lot of people that care about me and want to see me get ahead. So I do got some help from family and I got some help from friends and people like that do help me. But a lot of people don't have that option, man.
But yeah, I feel bad for
A lot
those
of people
people
don't have
because
that option.
yeah, I feel bad for those people that have to fend for themselves. It's gotta
Oh,
be
I do
tough.
too. I seen a video today on. I actually did a reaction to it there. You might have seen it there. The homeless, like the addict sitting there freaking out, and then you see the comments. People make fun of these people. They're like, oh, I don't think that's funny. I used to be an addict. That hurts me to see people like that.
And I think we could wrap it up. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably a good time to wrap it up. All right, guys. That's it for the Stormcast episode 4. I hope you enjoyed.
And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll
Pray
see
for
you
Canada, dude.
next time.
Pray for Canada,
Pray
man.
for Canada.